it's Kathy Press again, and I am back with my YouTube channel, Geriatric Care 1, and we are now doing the playlist, if you're a private duty home care agency, how and why do you add geriatric care management? And I am now on this 9th part of the playlist, and we are talking now about, you've already decided to do this, and what do you have to do to add it? And one of the things you really have to do is have a separate office for it. It cannot be in a hallway with your other employees. It is an integral part of the agency that needs an integral office. Now, you can have a building where you give them an office within the building or it's cordoned off, but they need a separate office, about 600 to 800 feet, and a separate section to actually work because they are an integral unit within themselves. They need their own equipment. You can't share equipment with them because, as I talked about in not the last, but the one before that about infrastructure, they need their own technology because they bill for everything. And so they need their own computers, their own PDAs, their own laptops because they spend a lot of time in the field and they're driving from case to case and they're billing for every single thing. So they need their own technology and their own office equipment. The billing can be done centrally by your office. That can happen, but it has to happen in an expedient way because these clients are billed and you can't bill them, every 3 months. It has to be usually every 2 weeks for you to capture that money. So that's very important. So that's one of the things that doesn't have to be done centrally. And one of the things that you really have to do to add geriatric care management is update your business plan. And that really should be done before you hire the geriatric care manager. The first thing you need to update is your mission. And your mission is what you do for the community. And so, I'm just giving you an example. Your mission has to change is that you're nurturing the family caregivers in the community, and you're going to add that. But your mission has to change because geriatric care management has a slightly different mission than private duty home care. And you have to rewrite what you call your purpose statement. And your purpose statement is what you do for your staff. And your staff has to have a buy-in here about why you're going to add this new service. So you might say that you're going to nurture the staff that delivers the care. And how do you do that? They've been doing, your nurse and social worker, a lot of this geriatric care management for free. And so a lot of their job is reduced. And that's a benefit to them. And they have to see a benefit to buy in. So changing your purpose statement, changing your mission statement is really important. You have to redesign on call. That's in my operations manual. But the on-call needs to be only for the geriatric care manager, not for your caregivers that are calling in sick, etc. The geriatric care manager should only be called when clinical problems are occurring for their clients, and that means a redesign. And your geriatric care management agency needs its own webpage. And it can be, if you look at a lot of websites of private duty home care that have added geriatric care management, it can be, part of the website. It can be part, a part of it, but it has to have its own website and its own services. And it has to have its own name because that's part of branding. You're going to give it its own name. So I'll give you an example. It could be aging in place geriatric care management. That's an example the VNA uses. It could be senior care. That's another name for geriatric care management, senior care. But you need to give it its own name because it's a different service than what you have in private duty home care. It's taking care of a family. It is not delivering home care. It needs its own telephone number, its own email, and especially for intake. When calls come in for intake, they should not be coming in to your central line because that delays it. This is a service for the top 10% of the economic spectrum and people in crisis. And they need to be gotten to right away. So there can be no delay in your geriatric care manager getting the call and doing the intake call and basically making the sale, because they're in crisis, the person who's calling. So you have to have a separate number for them and a separate email. And you also have to have that geriatric care manager certified, and that needs to be on your website, that they're a part of the National Association of Private Duty Home Care Agencies, and that certification should be on your website as well. So I'll see you next time. Go to my website, kathypress.com, and we will be doing another segment.